What's popping? What's going on YouTube? East New York's finest, hosted by Mike. Yet again on some old Mike saun 007 type shit. I got fam Eric on the phone, and we actually having a conversation about a lot of bullshit that's going on. And one thing, I've always been a Hasbro guy growing up. As I said it before, as a gag gift back in the day when I was already a grown ass man. And my mom, as a gag gift, she knew I liked model. I was always into model cars, preferably Matchbox and model kits and stuff like that. And I was good at that stuff. So as a gag gift for my birthday, I think in '82 or '83, my mom got me G.I. Joe. She got me Rock and Roll by himself, and then she got me Clutch with the Vamp. And ever since then, I loved action figures. And I've always been a Hasbro guy ever since. You know, Hasbro made some of my favorite toys, even though I was a grown ass man back then. And it was always G.I. Joe, Transformers. I liked Transformers back then more for the cartoon. G.I. Joe more for the cartoon and the toy line. But now when I sit back and I look at the cartoons, I grow very impatient and I have anxiety. And I'm like, why the fuck I like these crusty ass cartoons? But then you had Cops and Crooks. I mean, there was a couple of lines that Hasbro did that I liked, and that's what made me fall in love with them as a company. I remember back when my little cousin or anybody I knew, including myself, could sit there and write something to Hasbro's, just like what you could still do with Lego. Is the only company I could think of that you can get something as a gift. You can get a retired Lego set. You can call Lego and give them the set number, the part number, and even if it's not the same color, they will do everything in their power to send you out those missing pieces without even thinking about it. Lego will do that to this day. It doesn't matter if the fucking piece is 30 years old. They don't care. That's what I like about Lego. Hasbro and all these other companies, they're just a whole bunch of imbeciles who go to business school. They have no fucking... They're just like these new kids nowadays. No merit, no integrity, no type of goddamn freaking can't think of the word
self-respect.
Yeah, self-respect, or probably definitely that, and they have no etiquette whatsoever, no manners, no nothing. And it's just crazy. I remember back when you go into a store, people would say hi, and they were very, very enthusiastic about saying hi. Hey, how you doing? Nowadays, it's like you're a burden on the motherfuckers that get paid to go. I mean, you're in a company. I mean, you go in a store and you're going to buy something, and everybody got their phones out, and they act like you're bothering them because you go in a place of business where people that's supposed to work for bosses to take care of you, not to pamper you or kiss your ass, but to do what the fuck they're paid to do. And then people can't understand why a lot of companies close down and why a lot of other companies take their shit and they deal with customer service overseas and pay these people dimes on a dollar, while a lot of these arrogant ass fucking imbeciles have an attitude. Nowadays, it don't matter if they black, white, Hispanic, Asian. They all these young kids in their fucking 20s and 30s now all got these nasty ass I'm entitled attitudes, and even younger. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and saying this is because Hasbro is a company. I don't like Danielle. I don't even know this fat, ugly, lesbian bitch. I don't give a fuck. I just don't like the way she look and the way she's fucking up the company and whatever other Neanderthals they got working here. I mean, working there. See, I was going to mention names. I was going to mention YouTubers, but then I don't want to start drama. But they know who they are. The ones that like to smile in your face. They got books out and all this other shit. I don't do none of that shit. Everything I have here, I earned and I got. I don't have the popularity up here on YouTube to get paid, or have them, secretly send me shit so I can boost them up. Because let's face it, all these grown ass imbeciles out here get a couple of dollars in chump change to do videos, run around being a media personality or personnel in certain cons and stuff, become guest speakers, and I don't do all that shit. I do what I do for the true individual that want the truth. I don't give a fuck about going mainstream or kissing ass over fucking plastic or die-cast toys. I think that's pathetic for a whole bunch of grown ass people to run around lying to other people just so they can be the first person to do it, or the first 10 people to do videos. And now all y'all ass kissers, yo man, this person is the truth. Yo, ski bop bop dop deep and pixel this and that. Nah, fuck all that. I don't do the fake smiles and I hate that shit. I don't like fake people. I don't like hypocrites, bigots, and just straight up full of shit people. Now, me and Eric was talking about this, and I was like, you know what? And we both kind of talked each other into me doing this video. Now, Eric, what's those books again?
The G.I. Joe Compendium. The G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Compendium set. The definitive hardcover collections of the G.I. Joe, original G.I. Joe, Real American Hero comics.
Now, let me explain something to some of you people out there. I've heard a lot of people, just out of straight up envy and animosity, I don't knock nobody for buying what the fuck they buy. I don't do that because I've been there. When the He-Man Origins came out, I got a lot of them. I sold them all off, and then Hector, me and my boy Hector did a huge deal, and now I'm collecting them again. There are some brand new toy lines that I will continue to collect, including the He-Man Origins, because I had the Origins and the Revelations. Got rid of both lines, and again, like I said, thanks to Hector doing a huge trade with me over a year ago. That's how I got the mass majority of that back. I am still missing a lot of figures from certain waves, even Snake Mountain. But I'm to the point now where I'm like, you know what? I spend too much time and too much money on a lot of other shit when I could have and should have been done with my with my G.I. Joe Real American Hero line and my G1 Transformer line. And I didn't because I just kept railroad myself into other things. I mean, as you can see here in my office, this is a prime example of what happens when you definitely go off the beaten path. I've always been a person that always say, hey, I go off the beaten path a lot with my verbalization, when I'm verbalizing things or speaking. And I do the same thing, obviously, physically with my money and this stuff here. But because I do have certain people out there that have a lot of love and respect for me, out here in Jersey, I definitely got a lot of this shit because of other individuals, and especially one of the biggest guys is Eddie. My boy Eddie is one of the main reasons why I have a lot of the shit I have. I mean, it crossed over from Thundercats, not just G.I. Joe or Transformers, but Thundercats, Star Wars, a lot of other lines. And then, of course, thanks to my boy Lev the Jew, this is a grown-ass man. He's definitely older than me. Anybody who knows him, Lev is the owner of Toy Tokyo. Me and him have a really great relationship and rapport. We had a great one for almost 30 years. Fam Eric and Fam Alex, you know, they happen to be cool brothers that not only do we come from like the same state, different boroughs, but same state. We happen, these guys are way younger than me. I'm actually old enough just about to be their father. I mean, as far as age goes. God damn, Eric, I just realized that shit. Yo, that's crazy. But anyway, sometimes you can just meet people for a certain period of time, and you just connect. And we both, all three of us, has schooled each other on a lot of different things. Like, I kind of broke it down to him about the books that he just mentioned. He didn't know that, and we're gonna get into that in a second. I just want to get my elongated point across on how I feel about new toys versus old. I hear a lot of people who collect a lot of new stuff trash the old shit. I do have to agree that obviously a lot of the newer stuff is way more accurate, but is nowhere near the nostalgia or the value as the old. Now, I know a lot of people like to sit here. I mean, it's pathetic to sit there and lie, but to sit there and lie to other people is pathetic all in itself. But it's a whole different range of patheticism, and there's no such word as that. I'm just saying that to you guys. When you sit here and lie to yourself, a lot of people only collect Black Series Star Wars. And I'm talking about the old ones. I'm talking about like the new characters because obviously Kenner didn't do anything for the new movies because as far as George Lucas and Kenner went, even Hasbro when they first started was the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
And then when Hasbro got the license, they started doing the episode 1, 2, and 3. And stuff of that nature. But now since greedy ass, retarded, stupid, idiotic, racist, piece of shit ass fucking Disney start taking over everything, they just kind of killed and watered down the line, which is the same thing Hasbro has done. And I think the worst thing they did was hiring that fucking Saint Bernard, and whatever other idiots they got working for the company. I don't like Hasbro, as far as where they are now. I know I'm just a mediocre nobody, but I don't give a fuck. My voice, my opinion, my channel. I don't support anything Hasbro anymore as far as HasLab goes, or even a lot of these imbeciles. Now, for instance, I think a lot of these white-owned American companies are just fucked up, shiesty individuals. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples here. You have, like, for instance, I'm in the flea market business. You can have a Russian or a Caucasian come up to you, like a kid. He wants to buy a $300 pair of sneakers, brand new, and he knows what it's going for, and he'll come up to you and ask you, well, what do you want for the sneaker? And you're like, listen, me and you both know what it goes for. Give me $120 for it. Now, that gives this person close to $200. I mean, he's getting already, he already know he can get almost 3 times more than what you sold it to him for. You're giving this person a crazy logistic fucking profit, and they know that, but they want to be greedy. Yo, I'll do $60, and then they make you want to fucking throw their head into the concrete because now it gets to the point where they're basically robbing you. Oh no, it's not business. You're a shitty, shiesty individual. To do shit like that is disrespectfully fucked up, but they don't look at it that way. And it's the same way for a lot of these companies like Sideshow. And I was the first and the only person up here years ago. I'm talking about almost 15 years ago when a lot of you guys and girls out there were bitching and moaning about Sideshow and Hot Toys and this and that. I'm the original GOAT. I'm the original OG. One of the first motherfucking originals. I was the first and only motherfucker out there who happened to be a black man, by the way, who had more Hot Toys than 90% of a lot of you motherfuckers out there. Y'all hated me for it. Y'all praised Hot Toys and Sideshow. But then secretly, you guys got rid of them and y'all start selling your shit off because everything I was telling you, you guys were kissing other people's asses from Liverpool and other parts of the world. And I was like, look at these crusty ass people. Now, the reason why I got rid of my old channel, which my cousin Russ was right, I should have definitely kept my Mike Saun 007 channel. But I don't like drama and shit like that. But I am a kind of person that I am very outspoken. I speak my mind. I'm not discreet. And I don't give a fuck who feels disrespected. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how you feel. It's about right and wrong. I've always been a champion of justice on coming up here and trying to help people out there who are either too shy or just getting into a toy line or whatever. I don't want nobody to go out there who can or cannot afford to lose money and put their money into something. And if I can help an individual out there make a better choice, then I'm all for it. I don't give a fuck about these crusty ass companies. You got a lot of people out there who either I mean, I'm not gonna go into that. A lot of people are just full of shit. Everybody want to smile with the fake smiles and have books out and do all this other jibber jabber and tell me how good their company is, and this is why people come to me. That's just a whole bunch of blah 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 and a whole bunch of narcissists. That's what the fuck they are, really. You know what I'm saying? And companies like Sideshow and them, they grimy.
Yeah.
Sideshow got what they got because of companies like small mom and pop shops, hobby shops, comic shops. These people carried their fucking product. And half the time, a lot of the shit they had was garbage and crusty. But they still carried Sideshow shit. And now Sideshow's at a point where they just want to fuck everybody. Why? Because they ran by a whole bunch of arrogant, cocky, fucking entitled Caucasians. Let's face it. Who run around thinking they fucking better than everybody and everybody want our shit. Cause does it. A lot of companies, a lot of these motherfuckers, people become very arrogant. And I'm all about speaking about it. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to sit here and kiss your ass so you could send me a free fucking toy. And it's like these people are fucking dingbats. You're out there. Let me get this straight. You're out there getting paid chump change. You're getting $60 to maybe $200 a fucking month on your so-called channel on having a certain amount of views, and then that Patreon shit. I don't need to beg no motherfucking man, no grown ass man out there being a grown man to help support my channel. Get the fuck out of here with that little nickels and dime bullshit. Everything I got, I earn as a grown man with big ass testicles between my legs, not some little begging ass fool. You know what I'm saying? Who's just an overgrown child over fucking toys. Like, you know, this is not my life. I love this stuff. It keeps me from fucking killing. It keeps me from killing motherfuckers to come up here and enjoy my shit. Because let's face it, I'm a very angry person, but I'm proud to be the fucking person I am because of where I come from. Does that make me psychotic? No. Do I like that woke shit? No. I'm a straight real heterosexual male. I ain't no virgin. I ain't no little boy stuck in this and that. It ain't no woman or a piece of ass on this earth that can make me get rid of anything I have or whatever. My wife understands what I have. We have a great relationship and understanding. But at the same time, she would never ever be selfish enough to sit here and tell me, Mike, you got to put this somewhere. You need to get rid of this shit. Because let's face it. One, we wouldn't have kids. And two, I'd have been out this house or she would have been out this house. Because at the end of the day, all of this shit here is just as important as her. You know what I'm saying? And I hear every time I'm at toy shows setting up, or if I'm at a flea market, and I always hear these guys, which happen to be 90% white, say, "Oh, well, my wife will kill me." Well, man, you know what? Then leave the bitch. What we tell you? Then fuck it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if this person met you and they knew you was into this shit beforehand, and this goes the same thing with women. Leave the piece of shit nigga. Because at the end of the day, if you were into this shit before y'all start, hopping on a good foot in the bed, playing park the car in the garage and all that, then you know what? Then you got a selfish, self-deluded individual. Because if that person can't understand shit, I don't know what to tell you. But getting back to the sideshow shit, they're very arrogant. All these companies are like that. And they don't give a fuck. The bottom line is people will buy, fuck them. This is why I helped talk Fam Eric into going just more vintage and fuck all that new shit. And I do that now. And every once in a while, I would and wouldn't say I go off the beaten path. Because I do love what Super 7 has done with the Thundercats. And so I do collect those. I collect the gargoyles from NECA. But other than that, I'm more into old stuff. I very rarely buy anything new now. Unless the price is ridiculously cheap. But then again, shit got to be like around $5 to $8 for me to even consider buying it. I'm not paying nobody no $24.99 for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think what these companies are doing is pathetic. And what's more pathetic and stupid is you people out there. You guys are fucking morons. I hate to say it, but you guys are running around and you're supporting these dumb motherfuckers. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, who's to blame? Is it them or you? It's like the people that sit there and blame Trump because he had a whole bunch of racist followers. Let me tell y'all something. If I was gonna sit there and run for nigger of the year, and if I had a whole bunch of Bloods and Crips helping me get there, or if they actually helping the votes, I would be a fucking moron to sit there and say, "Oh fuck it, I don't want no blood nigga." If they're gonna help with the votes, what the fuck do I give a fuck about their politicking or how they feel as a gang? I don't care about that. That got nothing to do with me. All I care about is the votes, so I can get in and have y'all as constituents to go ahead and make shit better. So to sit here and hate Trump and to sit there and kiss and suck on Biden's little old man wrinkled phallus is fucking pathetic. And a lot of you people out there are fucking pathetic idiots because you guys run behind all these other guys because they. I mean, it's just, I don't want to sit here and start drama and just start name picking people and then it'd be a whole fucking war like it was when I was Mike Saun 007. I'm just sick and tired of hearing it. And I just think that you guys are worse than the companies because the companies can only do and bring out what you guys keep allowing. You guys sit here and talk shit about McFarlane and his crusty ass, never ending fucking DC multiverse crap. And then you guys sit there and bitch and moan about Disney and Black Series, but y'all keep buying it. Oh, there's nothing else to buy. Motherfucker, save that money. You'd be surprised how much money you have at the end of the month. Go back old school. Most of you people talk shit about vintage G.I. Joes and O-rings because you can't afford it. You don't know where to get it from, and you can't afford it. Listen, accumulation and collections all start with one piece. Unless you have fucking Jay-Z type of money to buy a whole collection, then, you know, I understand you guys don't have the time or the know-how to sit there and get any of this stuff. I understand that. But don't sit here and trash vintage. Because let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck how new, how accurate, how articulated a figure is. Nothing beats a classic.
Exactly.
Nothing price-wise or whatever. And I get so sick and tired of hearing you guys out there sit here and shit on this stuff. Because you can't. Because, it is on the internet. Yeah, it's on eBay, but how much of it can you find on eBay? I got shit I'm still missing, and Fam Eric here is missing too, because, you know, it's not expensive, but a lot of the shit is very, very hard to come by. Something can still be like very affordable and cheap, but if it's not that much out of there, that makes it a high value. Maybe not a high price value, but it still becomes a little bit more harder to come by. But I love the hunt for that, but at the same time, I went back vintage. I still collect my Hot Toys and shit like that. And I just told you guys where I'm at with NECA and Super 7. And of course when it comes to Mattel and the Motu multiverse or retro, what the fuck they call it. But
retro.
Thank you. But I get so sick and tired of hearing you guys attacking vintage because let's face it, 99% of you are fucking attacking the vintage stuff because you don't know where to find it and or you can't afford it. That's all fine, but don't sit there and just start blasting and talking about it like shit because deep down inside you can lie to others, but you can't lie to yourself, and you know that you truly want the old stuff. You just don't have the funds to afford it. So, you know, that's why like every other week I see a lot of people's YouTube channels sitting there telling me, oh, well, I can only buy 2 this week, whatever. It's no shame in that neither. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in that. You buy and you can afford what you can afford to buy. I respect that. But don't sit here and just be putting up false bullshit, and then you run around and you got a couple of individuals sitting there bigging up another company because some company is sending you a fucking toy, a $300 toy that didn't cost them no more than $1.50 to make, and then you advertise, and then you got all your other ass kissing subscribers sitting here following a whole bunch of fake ass motherfuckers, just to, you know, do a video, and then they go out there and buy it, and they're like, yo, this shit is trash. Or then you can hear it in their voice when they do a video. They really don't want to sound fucked up, but they, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, with Mythic Legion shit.
That, you know, dude, that's a perfect example. Mythic Legions. Everybody sat there and talked great. Oh my God, they saw about beep bop ski bop 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 boo beep beep bop boo beep boo beep beep. And now all you motherfuckers are selling it. Come on, like crackheads. Come on, baby. I paid $250 for it. Come on, man. Just give me $40. And then you want, and then it's like, I'm like, come on.
The articulation on it is bad. And plus, I mean, you know, they're great sculptors, but they run the same habit as McFarlane. They're great sculptors, but when it comes to articulation, they're trash. That's what it is. You know, I mean, why don't you just make fucking statues? Just, you know, that'd be a better run for people, you know?
Well, I do have to admit that the bodies on them do have more of a resin feel to them. Like there's not like they don't use the same exact material that Mattel uses, which is ironic because remember Mattel hired the 4 Horsemen to start off the Motu classics.
Yeah.
And to this, I mean, you had this conversation before, and I've always said that I don't understand how everybody liked the new Origins line. They love that, but so many people hated the Mattel. The Mattel Motu stuff, and I'm like, they gotta be out of their fucking mind. I'm like, the Motu shit is, I'm like, that shit is dope. That shit is dope. So how y'all gonna pick Revelations and and the what was it again? The Origins over fucking Mattel Classics. Them fucking figures were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
The articulation, the paint, everything. But I guess everybody's like, oh yeah, but the Origins look like they look like bendable, articulated versions of the vintage. And I said, yeah, but so do the classics. Classics just bigger and they're very articulated, and they've done creatures and sets that to this day not even Origins has done yet. So I don't understand that. But Mattel Creations is doing nothing that much different than what HasLab and them are doing. Like, and the problem with HasLab is a lot of morons out there are sitting here and trying to help themselves buy themselves in bullshit ass or false creations on the fact that they're like, oh shit, Unicron, look what Unicron's going for. Oh shit, look what the Jabba's barge is going for.
Yeah.
That was when they were just trying shit out. And the prices were like almost half what their shit is going for now. And it was a very, very, very low number. Now, for everything they doing, their expectations for themselves are becoming higher because morons are going out there and putting more money behind the bullshit. And then when the stuff comes in, you fucking clowns go out there and complain about it. Y'all complain about the Transformers. Y'all complain about this. Y'all complain about that. Y'all complain about G.I. Joe. Y'all complain about this one and that one. And if y'all motherfucking morons sat back and stop going for the fucking the fish and bait,
yeah,
y'all would see a lot of these figures and shit sitting in fucking store shelves. For instance, the Cobra, the Trouble Bubble. You know, it came out. It was a HasLab thing. Now all of a sudden, they turn around and release the Python Patrol version of it in Target. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so wait, let me get this straight. You put the special edition one, you put that in the store at a cheaper price than you put the original one that you got to get from your shop. Like, that makes no fucking sense. If that don't show just how idiotic and stupid these fucking morons and the Saint Bernard lesbian does this shit, then I don't know what then you dumbasses out there deserve to get robbed and deserve to be disappointed. Because you know what? That's like an abusive woman going back and steadily getting her ass whooped by the abuser. You know, you deserve this. I don't even watch most of people's videos no more because it's insignificantly stupid. It makes no sense. Well, what I just said makes no sense if you understand the terminology of it. But you guys get what I'm saying. It's just crazy. And it's like me and fam Eric was talking about this, and then I put him onto something. He's like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, how the fuck these morons? But then again, you know what? You're only as dumb as the customers, and the customers are only as dumb as the fucking companies. So at the end of the day, you gotta be a real dingbat ass fool to sit there, and all they doing is they taking comic books that they already have, or they purchased from somebody. They must have purchased a huge collection of every fucking G.I. Joe book. Because let's face it, old Hasbro, a lot of shit is gone. So new Hasbro had to rebuy, just like they had to rebuy the molds from Elite Brigade and so many other people to be able to do a lot of G.I. Joe shit. They had to rebuy these molds. So the same way they had to do that, these clowns had to rebuy these books. So all they did was they took books and they just put them on a fucking printer and a scanner. They re-scanned it. They laminated it on better paper, better ink. And all they doing is giving you guys copies of shit, and you're paying a high premium price on fucking Xerox, on Xerox. For that, you fucking clowns, you're better off going to fucking a library and taking and scanning the pictures, or using a damn scanner and just do the same thing with the book. It costs you a hell of a lot less. Because, go ahead.
Whole thing, man, it's crazy the way they set up these tiers. It's just like, I mean, when they do these different drops and they have these tiers behind it, why don't they just do what they're supposed to do? Just put the whole shit out as one set. Why all the games and the tiers and getting these? They're treating people like children.
Money hungry clowns, bro.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the compendium set, and I'm like, I mean, for one, I already have the whole collection. I'm just missing one book, and I'm about to get that by next month. But it's just sad. It's like there's no Marvel markings on anything, so it's not a Marvel product. Even though the originals are Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
they're blanking out all the Marvel logos. So I'm like, it's not vintage. It's not the real shit. It's just a carbon copy.
That you're paying, you're gonna have to pay almost a fucking $1,000
Yeah,
just to
and
get the GI Joe, the Cobra, all the side mission bullshit. Which is ironic considering that you can go anywhere online or any fucking flea market, and if you see a GI Joe book or a couple of books, 9 out of 10 they're always gonna be GI Joe special mission books anyway. So why the fuck would you want to go out there and spend almost a G or close to 1,000 just to get the GI Joe version, then the Cobra version, then you gotta get the Snake Eyes version, then you gotta get that, and I'm like, yo, by the time you realize it, you got close to fucking 40 pounds of garbage, 40 pounds of cardboard bullshit. Cardboard and paper bullshit.
Yeah, and I was gonna make that fatal mistake because I was like, maybe I should sell my originals and get that since it saves space. And then you was like, what the fuck is you? Are you stupid?
Exactly.
And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And when I started looking at the Kickstarter, there's no Marvel markets. Marvel's not backing this. It's only Skybound. So
like I said, Eric,
yeah,
nothing beats a fucking classic, man.
Exactly.
I prefer to have the old, like me. I like this Eternia playset. It has value because it's old and there's not too many of them out there. And yes, the tracks are all fucked up and stuff on them. But so what? This thing is over fucking about 40 years old or something like that. They made a new version. Y'all can go out there and buy the new version. If I come across a new version at a real cheap price, I'd buy it too. But I'll keep it in the box like the Origins Castle Grayskull. But again, nothing beats a classic. The new one is cool. Yeah, you could use. I don't give a fuck. I got the old one, and a lot of you people out there, oh yo, this dope. I get it. You can't afford the old one. You don't want to spend the price on it, so you rather spend, fucking 30-40% of what the old one goes for. So be it. More power to you. But don't sit here and trash old stuff just because you can't afford it. That's very hypocritical and biased, because I hear that a lot, and I be wanting to say something on a lot of people's channels so bad, but I'm like, you know what, Mike, dude, don't start that old Mike Star 007 shit. Don't start the drama. And even though I wasn't the one that started it, I damn sure was the one that finished it on my old channel. But I don't like to live that way, man. I feel like, yo, you buy what you want to buy, but don't be a bullshit artist over it. People smile and just because they got books out and people signing their books, or they signing books for people, and they got a whole bunch of other ass kissers who people sell them toys or whatever. They just go to show how hypocritical motherfucker. I'm like, yo, look at this fake ass person, the fake smiles, and I'm like, yo, I can't stand it. I know a lot of you motherfuckers out there don't like me, but you know what, dude? I know it's kind of crazy to say. Maybe I should be in a mental asylum, or I should be taking medications because y'all don't like me out there. But guess what? I learned to not give a flying fuck how people view me.
Yeah.
All I need is that one. If I get 1 or 2 viewers that can make comments, peaceful, cool, positive comments, and if I get like 8 or 9 people watching my videos, so be it. Because at the end of the day, I've always been that person. I never stopped doing my shit because I don't have the yes men's and the ass kissers behind me. Let me tell y'all something. I immortalized in stone were the first statue guys to go out there and really do something significant. Victor Rosario and Luis Pepe. These are 2 individuals. Like I was on a couple of different communities, and I realized one thing I noticed about the toy communities is a whole bunch of full of shit, sadistic, sick motherfuckers out there. It's all about me, me, me. I don't give a fuck about you, you, you. They're fake hypocrites. And I learned that in the statue community, and I learned that in the 1/6 scale community. I don't watch nobody's. I watch toy videos. I would not comment. I don't like looking at no 1/6 scale community people or the statues, because they're all full of shit. They all selling off their stuff.